welcome back to the Book Mash, where we dive into worlds of stories, the voices behind them, and maybe stir up a little bit of bookish mischief along the way. I'm already excited. Today we're thrilled to be joined by Sam Vargas, author of Guardians of Alistile. I think I got it right. Risen from the Ash. If you've been craving a story full of found family, self-discovery, divine feminism, political rebellion, and magic that refuses to be tamed, oh my gosh, this one's for you. I'm already excited. I got goosebumps already. I have a really bad problem of buying the books before we're even done interviewing. So,
She does.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's not a problem for you. It's a problem for my husband, not for me. Sam, do you want to introduce yourself? Give us a little bit of background behind you and your book?
Yeah, absolutely. So Sam Vargas, this is actually going to be my debut novel. Luckily, I will save you from the bad habit of being able to buy the book. It's not out yet.
I know.
It's coming in December.
I'm so excited.
So I will save your wallet for now until
my husband that.
I know. He's like, I need to save it. Yeah. So I have been a writer for about 15 years. I've been writing since high school. I've been working on this specific story since high school, and it just never really felt right to get that particular story out until about now, where I really turned it around to be more relevant to, of course, the market today and what people like to read, but obviously also like the world today and how it fits into the different things that are going on, especially like with politics and different things like that, and how, a lot of us do have that need for found family when, you hear about a lot of that trauma coming from broken families and different things like that. And so it really, from when I started writing it to now, it's just a completely different all together, which I think is beautiful in its own way. I mean, a 16-year-old wrote that last story. So now that it's different, I'm just like, oh, this is better. Yeah.
And that's like night and day. That's like two different worlds from when you first started writing till now, like the way we live now. That's crazy.
Yeah. It is, for sure. It's weird how things can change in like 15 to 16 years to now.
Yeah, it's almost like co-authoring with someone else.
Yeah, that's right. Younger me and older me, we kind of meshed together and
that's pretty cool.
Together.
But you're welcome. You get 15 years of different Sam.
There you go. 15 years of difference, Sam. I mean, I will say not a lot survived from 16-year-old Sam. Some names of characters did, and like the general like idea of where I was trying to get did, but I was just like, I am sorry, I'm pushing you out of here.
You're like, that's 16-year-old Sam.
Right. Yeah.
Going.
That's right. Yeah.
I love that you picked something up from there, though, and just started creating something new and fresh that went along with how you were feeling and what you were doing now. I think about that a lot myself because I'll be like reading a book and I'm like, I wonder what I ever did with that little like 3-chapter book I wrote in high school. Like I know I put it away somewhere, but of course back then like we didn't have it saved on the cloud. So I have it printed somewhere in my house. I wonder if I could find that and figure out what to do with it. Like maybe I would create a book out of it. Who knows? It's a cool idea.
Yeah. I mean, this story has like stuck with me. It just won't leave my head. So, I mean, I really couldn't put it down at the end of the day. It was like, you have to do something with it. Otherwise, you will forever be thinking about it until you get it out. So, yeah, it lives rent-free in my head. There will be 5 books.
Ooh.
I'm crossing my fingers because it was supposed to be 3 books, but it has expanded and it is 5 now. And I am praying that it's not 6 because it's a lot of work. And I love the story. It's, man, when you're trying to get it all out, you're just like, what am I going to do if I have to write 6 instead of 5? Or 3.
We have a running joke that I'm going to write a 25-page novella. There's no storyline, no world building, no character building. You just get my 25 pages.
Why not? Why not?
I don't know what it'd be about.
Ashley's author dissertation. That's basically it.
It'd be reason number 1 through 8 million and what, or no, I made it to 9 million. Why Ashley would make a terrible author. Why I'm a good reader.
We all have our skills.
And not
reading and writing.
Not writing.
Authors need readers. It's important. So
apparently when I'm a beta, I can't even like, what's the word am I looking for?
Edit.
Critique. Oh my gosh. Words are hard today. As a beta, I can't even edit because Miranda and I were both picked for a beta team, and I'm like zooming through the book, and I'm like, oh, that was so good. And I leave my comments like on the storyline, and then there's Miranda, and like every time I'm making a comment, she's behind me like, you need to add a comma here, or there's a double space. I'm like, I didn't think I had to do that.
No, but like we need like as writers, we need both because like I have a similar group where I'll have readers that speed through it and they'll just be like, you know what, this sounds good, this works, I love this. It's just like, thank you. And then I have one that will just line edit like crazy. And I love it too. It's so helpful. But it's just funny. I mean, it's a normal thing, I think. You have some betas that'll get in there and hone in on the grammar, and then some that are just like, I'm just reading. I'm here for the vibes.
I blame on preschool teacher, middle school teacher.
That's right. You don't have to line edit preschoolers.
Nope. No. I get to teach them
Not
songs,
at all.
and I get to teach them sometimes how to write their name, but then I'm just like, I'm done. Here you go.
I don't care
Count
where your
to 20.
commas are.
That's all I got to do.
Oh
That's
my
right.
goodness. All right. Well, let's jump into more of your book, Sam. So we know that this is new. It's not coming out until December. Can you give a quick spoiler-free overview of the story?
Yes. Let me do my very best. It's so hard because it's like my story comes with a lot of like twists and they come fast. So forgive me. I'm going to like stumble through this as I work my way, but we're all practicing here. So my story essentially, it's an epic fantasy. So we follow like multiple character POVs. And so we start off, I know, it's fun to write. You have to like hone in on. You don't have to hone in on just one storyline. You can go all over the place. But we start with, a storyline of 5 characters, and they are considered like the Guardians of Riverstorm. And what that means, is like they are responsible for protecting their city and their king from everything that lies beyond the southern borders. Their belief is that their magic comes from their king. That's how they can perform magic. He has given it to them, and he puts the energy into them to be able to protect the magical barrier that surrounds their city so nothing can come in, and as well as keeping the peace within the city so that everybody falls in line, follows their king, praises him, all the fun things. And so that's their goal. That's their job in the city, is basically protection of the evil that lies beyond. Our main character, her name is Kienna. She eventually starts getting these like mind visions that are showing her things that are beyond this barrier, where she's beginning to piece together that things might not necessarily be what the king is telling them. So at some point when this barrier finally does fall down, she leaves and tries to find the truth, and the Guardians follow. And she's not expecting them to follow, so now she's sort of responsible for their lives as she's trekking through this new world. And she'll uncover a lot of different truths that have been told to her by the king, about who she is, where her heritage is from, as well as like different prophecies and things that might be related to her or her guardians that are with her. It's kind of like the biggest spiel without spoiling any big pieces of information.
Yeah.
Me and Miranda are like,
so good. I know. And to think there's going to be 5 books, that's...
Yes. 5 for now.
Sorry.
That sounds so good.
So excited. I guess we seriously do have this thing where when like authors are giving us like their overview or their elevator pitch, we're like, keep going. Keep going. We'll pay you to read it to us. How about that?
Yeah, like just read the chapters. It's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
We're so bad. We're so bad. We just love hearing, especially from the authors. Like you can see how excited you are to like tell even just your overview. Because it's your heart and your soul and it's your baby. And it's cool that you get to tell us about your book. And it may be a book that we have heard of or we haven't heard of, but no matter what, it always feels like it's brand new to us because you guys give it like your soul. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sitting here like all prophecy-ish over here.
You're deep in your feelings.
Prophecy.
I don't even know anymore. I'm just... Whose idea was... I'm just kidding. So the story includes a lot of powerful themes. Like you said, found family, emotional manipulation, breaking political fractions. What inspired you to weave all those together?
Man, pantsing my way through. Really, honestly, like the first book I did pants. Everything else is plotted out because I know where it's supposed to go. And when
Yeah.
it gets this convoluted and deep into like a storyline, you really have to know like what you're doing with all these
Mhm.
plot hooks and these different like moving parts. Cause there's gonna be a lot of moving parts,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
as we move into the second book, which is also done, by the way, because I'm crazy. That's
Crazy.
not coming out in December though. It will come out later. I have to fund this first book first.
Right?
But there's so many moving parts that at some point you do have to just become a plotter. Even if you pants your way through the plot, like you have to know what you're
Mhm.
doing with it. Otherwise you'll get plot holes. And I hate that. I hate it so much. But that is kind of where it started. Like I really just wrote it to see where it was going. And then once I got there, I rewrote it to make sure that it all flowed well. So that's how I kind of interwove all of those things together because it just felt right at the time. I mean, as authors, you sort of weave bits of yourself into there,
Yeah.
I think, just from your own life experiences. And so at this point in time of the world, it just made sense to have those themes. They were just so relevant.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
I think it's funny because, like, when you think of an author, if you're not like, well, now that Miranda and I are like talking to 6 to 8 a week, we can't fall into this category. But if you're just a reader, you would think that most authors like sit down and plan every single chapter, and some of them do. But most of the
Yeah.
authors that we talk to, they're pantsers, and
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I know.
I love it.
I
You get
feel like
fun
you get
stories.
more genuine and authentic work when you are just letting it flow out.
Yeah. It's true. I will say, like, because I can agree with that. Like, my first book was so easy to write because you just threw it on the page. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care where I'm going, and then I'll figure out what fits right. Now
Mhm.
that I have plotted things, when I do get to those plotted chapters, I'm just kind of like, where's the inspiration?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know it has to happen. It's just at some point, I really only try to plot like one line. Like, this needs to happen
Mhm.
somewhere. That way I can just flow with it.
Yeah.
But it does take a little bit of the creativity because then you can't just make things up.
That's a cool thing about being the author too, is you can be like, that line was never there. This is a
Right?
pantsing chapter. Nobody needs to know. It's my little secret.
That's right. That's right. I will say we do write scenes for ourselves. Nobody will ever see them, and then we just get rid of them. It's like, well, that was cathartic.
I just
Bye.
had to get that
Right?
out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh goodness. So your guardians, they each start under control and then they step into freedom. What was your favorite part about writing their transformation?
Man, there's 5 of them, obviously. So, like, each one has a different transformation, and they happen at, like, different times where you have one that's, like, reluctant and others that are just super eager, and then another that just goes with the flow, and so, like, trying to find the right moment for their transformation, I think that was probably the most fun because you 5 different people are going to react to certain situations
Yeah.
so different. So I get to kind of put like my multiple personality disorder hat on, right? And just be like, if I was this person, what would I do? And so just like weaving in those moments. And then also like when you have beta readers and they notice that transformation at the right time, you're just like, I did that. I got to be crazy and I did that.
And they kept following along.
Right?
Yeah, they listened to me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it worked.
I don't have to fix it.
Yeah,
And once again, if you write a 25-page novella, you won't have that problem.
it's true. It's true.
Just saying. Maybe I'll make it 20 just for fun. Anyway,
Just for fun. Not
Just
the
for
5 pages. You don't need it.
I
Oh,
also made a
boy.
joke that I would, if I ever went on a podcast to talk about my novella, I'd just read you all 25 pages.
You'd have time.
Yeah, you would.
That's all I gotta do. But I wouldn't make any money off of it because there's not even a story behind it. I don't know.
No, just do it for you.
It's like abstract art. Make of it what you will.
I'll give away not free copies because I'll make it. I don't even know. Now I'm planning a book that's not even going to ever come out.
You're so funny.
I try. One of us has to be funny.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. So burn it all down is such a strong vibe from your blurb. What does the phrase mean for your characters and their journey?
As far as like how they're going to burn it all down?
I don't know, Miranda. What do you mean?
Well, in the blurb that you provided, you had that specific statement. So is that something that you have with the characters where that is their perception of what they're doing in their journey? Or is that something that you were thinking like with the world itself?
Yeah. So my main character, Kiana, her power is fire. That's kind of where the theme like Risen from Ash comes, and then, we play on that theme for all of the other books. So it's more her trying to learn how to control the fire, and the fire could be like symbolic for rage or just, even her own like actual fire. And so she's learning to do all of that on her own now without having the guidance of the king who she thought her powers came from. So as she's like learning to control that magic, it's determining like, do I burn out like everything I've ever known, or do I, accept what my life has been? So it's a lot of
Burn it all
playing.
down.
Burn it all down. I know.
Definitely. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
In case you're
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah, it sounds like you have some really strong characters with some strong feelings and the powers that go along with it. So
Yes.
that's something that I really love reading.
Is very emotional based.
I like it.
So good. So intriguing. How did you balance your fantasy world building of Alistile with the very human emotional struggles the characters are facing?
Well, 15 years. 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Honestly, you kind of, once you have it all thrown together and you know where it's going, I'm a very naturally like the emotional writer. Like I can go in there and I will put every emotion to everything that's happening like very easily. So that part was pretty easy to do. And so after that, like really when I was tidying it up, all I had to do was world build. And I knew like number one, like I had to build a map. You got to know where you are in this
Right.
realm because it's a whole realm. And so I had to do the map part to be able to actually understand where I'm placing my characters. And then from there, it was just a lot of dreaming, like daydreaming, like what do I want this place to look like? And that's just in my free time. Like if I can't write, I'm just dreaming of like the world that they live in. So at least I have a good picture in my mind to tie to what's going on in the world.
I think reason number 2 million wasn't world building. I think it was. I want you to know
It's a lot of
everything about
work.
the story, but I'm not world building. You just gotta figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Just figure out where you are. Pretend you're at
right.
home. It's fine.
Yep. I just want to get to the good stuff.
I mean, the dedication and the consistency and making sure that everything fits together, that's a lot to process yourself as the author. And then you have to make sure that all of your readers are going to be able to process it when they're reading it and experiencing it too. That is a huge undertaking for fantasy writers. Huge.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It's very I tried to be like one of those fantasy writers where I didn't make it so different from our world. Like there are things where you could probably just assume like if I'm in the desert, it's going to look like a desert and there's sand and there's cactuses, like there's all the things. So I don't really have to world build the whole thing, but there are special places, especially when you've got like the magical portions of it that do a little bit more crafting on how it works. But I would probably never, ever in like a million years compare myself to like JR or Tolkien or anything like that.
Whatever.
On this building. One day, but not on my first novel. So I made it pretty simple.
You never know. We'll know in December.
Right?
You'll know in December. That's right.
It just
Let
takes
your
1
readers
book.
decide.
That's true. I won't cut myself short.
Exactly. Optimism.
Yeah.
Got you, girl. Got you.
Yeah.
I'll be your best wingman.
I'll take it. You'll come with me. I got you.
What makes your Guardians bond unique compared to other fantasy groups?
There is magical bonds that come with it. I wouldn't, put that in like the same category as like fated mates kind of bonds or anything like that. Like it has nothing to do with that. But there are like bonds that tie them together as far as like survival. And they get bonded to be able to survive. And it's coming through and like almost trauma bonding in a way. I mean, these 5 guardians came from like a narcissistic tyranny of a king.
Yeah.
Their whole life has been a lie, essentially. So when they do leave, their relationships aren't as close as they would have been in Riverstorm, but as they come out of it, they start to grow into each other in their journey. And it's more of like being able to be out there, be away from like the control of it all. And then when you're away from the control, you can actually learn to love each other out of it.
I'm so into it already.
I know.
Yeah,
It's a problem that it's not out yet, Sam. It's a problem.
I know. It's with the editor. I'm trying not to poke her and be like, go faster. I'm just kidding.
Go
My editor
faster.
is great.
Ashley's waiting.
Ashley's waiting. You need to get this out for her.
Oh, right.
Nobody else. Everybody else can have it
No,
later.
no.
Just Ashley.
Yeah, special edition copy.
The advanced copy.
Yes. The
Don't
advanced
ask
copy
me to
I
edit
would
it,
not
though.
need reviews on. Well, that's good. I mean, if you're just vibing, I don't think I have to worry about anything
vibe.
because that's all we're editing is like the line edits and things like that at this point. So, I mean, you could totally get the
I got
story
it.
and you'd have the things you need.
I got it. I'm on it. Just saying. Just saying.
You're cracking me up here.
That's right.
Can you talk about how divine feminism shows up in this story and why it was important to include?
Yeah, so divine feminism really shows up because of like the strength of my female characters, especially my main character. You know, she's harboring this magic that is stronger than even she believes, and it really goes beyond like the overall comprehension of what they believe magic is. And it's, you know, really working towards her even coming into her own skin and trying to even trust herself to be as powerful as she could be. Even without the magic, you know, it's more just powerful in who you are and being able to lead through that specific topic. And I always think that that's an important topic to have, like an important trope, because I mean, we all need to believe that we can be powerful despite what anyone wants to tell you.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I agree. Every fantasy has its own flavor of magic. What makes Alistile's magic different?
Well, it is tied to a magical floating goddess island. So that's pretty different, I think. I haven't
think so
heard of any
too.
floating
But
islands.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I want a ticket.
Yeah.
Ticket, please.
Pack your bag, Ash. We're shipping you off.
I'll go. I will test it for everybody else.
There you go.
Yeah. It's a revival.
Yeah, telling you.
If each of the 5 Guardians had a modern day playlist, what would be one song on it?
Man, one song that is so hard to put on there. For each of them?
You could just do one as like a group, or you could do one because they're so different for each of them. Whatever you want to do. We're easy.
Yeah, I mean, a huge song that I like listen to that really fit the vibes, and it's gonna probably just be for 2 of them and not each of them. But so 2 of my characters, they're like bromanced. They're so fun to write together, but the song that I kind of like meshed with them was Bloodline by Alex Warren and Chemical. That song lives rent free in my like whole life when I'm writing them on page together. I'm just like, man,
I could
this
totally
fits.
see it too, though.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Even like the vibe of the song and like the music video kind of fits because one of my characters is like this giant 7-foot tall Viking and the other is, you know, smaller. Not a giant Viking.
Not a giant Viking.
Yeah.
That's they're tiny people. Not tiny people.
I mean,
They're
he's not
tiny
like
people.
he's like 6 foot tall, but I mean, that's a stark difference between 7 and 6. And then of
Right.
course he's more wiry and lean versus my Viking being like broad. He's got big broad shoulders, he's super strong. He's meant to be a giant barbarian. It
2
works.
different people. Or guardians.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which guardian would be the worst roommate and which one would keep the fridge stocked?
So Moira is like my mothering type guardian. She shoulders the group and kind of tries to keep them together as a team. She would totally keep the fridge stocked. There are other reasons for that, but that's a spoiler, so I'm gonna like leave that be. But and then the worst roommate to live with would probably be Bro, and he's the giant Viking. He's just like abrasive. I mean, he's my comedic relief character, but also like he could just be super blunt, and he's just kind of like, I mean, he curses like a sailor. So I mean, not gonna lie, like 90. I did a word search just to see. It's like 90 instances of the F word alone, and they all came from him. So
sounds like my kind of man.
Depending on your vibes, he might be the harshest to live with for now.
Interesting.
Now.
Okay. If the Guardians of Alistile was adapted into a Netflix series, who would be your dream casting for one of your characters?
Oh man, I have not even thought about that one.
Our favorite question.
It's weird because I've like when I look for inspiration on my characters, I'm not even looking at like actors or anything like that.
Yeah.
Can I use somebody that is not a guardian but is a character?
Yeah, any character.
I would use one of the Hemsworth brothers for my I don't know. If I could get him, it's because he's dreamy. Probably Chris Hemsworth more than likely. He fits the vibe of one of like my army leaders in a different tribe. Just, fits the vibe.
I mean, what?
I mean, yeah, right?
What are we doing? Sorry, I was stuck on, yeah. Hey,
Me too, always.
don't judge me, Miranda. God. Anyway, what snack or drink fueled your writing sessions? Bonus points if it was something crazy like Red Bull and Cheetos.
Not crazy, so I won't get any bonus points because all I drink is water. So I guess that makes me
Good.
boring. Yeah.
It's not boring.
I will say because it fuels everything in my life, it would have fueled this as well. But potatoes are just my life, and I eat those all the time. I mean, non-discriminating potatoes. It could be mashed potatoes or French fries or any kind of potato that fueled my life. So
See, I knew
that's
we were
it.
friends for a reason.
I know.
I knew
We
we
had-
were.
Who doesn't like potatoes?
I mean, oh man, I don't have my cup in here, but look, I've got my little positive potatoes
What
here.
about the desk at school?
They're the greatest. My kid kind of broke the sign a little bit, but now it's just
Yeah.
versatile. You can just be like, cha.
I mean, it is a positive potato. What's a positive potato without a broken sign?
Right?
That's true. You need something to be positive about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, my assistant teacher got it for me for my birthday last year.
Nice.
It's awesome. My work friends I work remote, so when I went to go visit the office, they gave me like this whole basket of potato themed things. It was just like a whole positive potato stickers. I got like a potato bag. I was like,
That's so
y'all are
funny.
extra.
For this?
You liked potatoes.
I was like, that's the one thing you latched onto about me is my potato love. It's probably because it's that much.
So I went to culinary school. I have a degree in culinary arts. Don't ask me how I'm a teacher now. It's a long story. And we actually had a whole day where all we did was cooked potatoes like 15 different ways. And it was the best day ever.
Amazing. Yeah.
Best day ever.
Sounds fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Let's see here. Where are we at? What has been the most surprising part of bringing your book into the world?
Man, what you have to do after you write it.
Yeah.
The writing part is easy. Like I finished that thing finally, and I was just like, yes. Now what do I do? And you start researching all the steps. You got to get beta readers, and you got to do all of this. And then if you're gonna go traditionally published, you got to do this. If you're gonna do this, it's like overwhelming. And I didn't even realize. Man, I thought the hardest part was writing this thing. No, just kidding. But I mean, it's good that I found out. I think after I found all of that out, I got beta readers and we made this thing even better. But that was the hardest part. It's just like, what do I do when I'm
Yeah.
done?
Well, now
Raising
you
10
know.
million.
So hopefully the next 4 will be easier.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Breeze now. Now that I
Reason
know.
10 million would be a terrible author.
I think
I
the
wouldn't have
funniest
the
part of that is just the random numbers that you come
Yeah.
up with. Yeah.
Well, you did
You're
challenge me to
consistent
put
with
them all in
going up.
order. Sorry,
I
what?
did challenge you to go in order.
I missed what you said, Sam. Sorry.
No, I said you're consistent with the numbers though.
I
You
am.
started with 8,000 and 9, you're at 10.
Good.
You're just
Consistent
skipping thousands as you go.
Because they keep
makes you
clicking.
wonder what the others are.
It's like a flipboard in my head, and it just keeps going.
Okay.
That's why I'm a good reader.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to writers who want to tell stories that mix rebellion, emotion, and fantasy?
That's a lot of emotional turmoil you're going to put yourself through if you're going to mix all of those things. I mean, because you want to do it right. Fantasy is like, that's a whole other thing, like world building. You have to be able to world build, but not do it in a way that's too much.
Yeah.
Because if you give it too much, you really just risk boring the readers and then you're DNF'd. And that's not fun. And then when you're putting in like rebellion and emotion, you really have to think like, what is worth rebelling against? And
Yeah.
how do you make that be felt by the reader? And so like you can put yourself in some dark places at times. It's worth it, but you will be having writing hangovers. for sure.
Oh, I
If you're
bet.
gonna do
Yeah.
yeah. There's a few crying sessions in your future.
Yeah. Things crying, anger, frustration.
Mhm.
That's
You
another
gotta
thing.
feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My books would have zero emotion. Don't have feelings.
Whatever.
Fine. Listen, you could write a children's book.
But then
We've
involves
gone through this too
feelings.
before. You're so
What?
funny.
We've gone through this before. Would hire an illustrator, and I wouldn't put any words on the pages. There'd be zero cover.
People love picture
It could
books.
work for you. Who knows?
It would be
Maybe
the
that'll be
bestseller
the
in my
next
class.
popular children's book.
That's right.
You never know. Make up your own story.
Hey, Mo Willems is a fantastic
Oh.
children's book author, and he writes the smallest amount of
I love.
prose.
Yes,
So if he can do it, you can do it.
that's true. That is true.
I don't know.
You could do
If
it.
I ever do, I'll put Sam in my dedication.
There we go.
Oh.
She told
My
me I could do it.
inspiration. That's all that matters.
That's what it would
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Not
Oh
that
my
Marie
goodness.
told me I could do it. Only Sam.
That's right.
Wow. Anywho, skipping back to who we are trying to highlight here.
Sorry.
We have asked all of our questions of you, Sam. This has been a fantastic conversation. We cannot wait to get our hands on this book and to jump into the series and then wait ever so impatiently for the next installment as you get them out. Can you tell our listeners, watchers that are viewing the video or listening to the video where they can find you and more information about your book as it gets ready to release?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am mainly on TikTok and Instagram at 2 different handles. My TikTok is at Samantha Vargas 2014, and my Instagram is at Sam Vargas 2014. We talked about this earlier. It's the
Yeah.
identity crisis, So TikTok is more of just me vibing as a writer and what it's like to go through that whole process. And then Instagram is where you're going to get more information about my book and the overall vibes and aesthetic that you're going to see in the book. Those are both probably going to start ramping up here soon as I'm getting closer to
Oh, yeah.
actually publishing, because I'm going to need to do more marketing and disclosing all of that. And then in each of those pages, I have a link in the bio to my link tree, and that's where you can find other parts of information like signups if you wanted to do ARC reading or beta reading or anything like that. We are kind of past beta reading stages, obviously, since we're already moving towards publication, but the ARC reading will be coming up, and that'll have all the information you need to know about what you're going to be in store for reading.
I'm just making sure that we follow you, because
I know.
I gotta be
we
there
love a
for
good
beta.
ARC read.
ARCs. What am I talking about? ARCs.
ARC.
Oh my
Yes.
god. My
All right.
brain.
Well, we will definitely be looking out for all of that information. We will have
going down.
everything linked below in the caption. Thank you so much, Sam, for joining us. Until next time, keep reading, keep rebelling, and remember, sometimes you have to burn it down to rise from the ash. Thanks so
love
much,
it.
Sam, for joining us.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.